Deep in the warm, golden heart of Sundown Forest lived a fox named Pharaoh. Pharaoh was known for his bright amber eyes, sharp mind, and a tail that flicked like a brush dipped in fire. Most animals respected him, some admired him, and a few envied him. But one creature, above all, wanted him not as a friend, not as a rival, but as a meal. That creature was Lorga, the hungry lion. Lorga had once been the most feared beast in the forest. His roar could silence thunder, and his paws left marks in the ground deeper than a wolf's bite. But lately, food had grown scarce. Gazelles had moved to the far plains, zebras traveled in larger herds, and even the monkeys had become wiser. Day after day, Lorga wandered the forest with an empty stomach and an even emptier pride. One hot afternoon, while resting beneath a shade tree, Lorga saw Pharaoh trotting gracefully through the brush. The fox's tail swished like a banner, and his paws barely whispered on the ground. Lorga's mouth watered. "Ah," he murmured, "finally, something easy." Pharaoh noticed the lion immediately. He bowed his head politely. "Good afternoon, mighty Lorga." Lorga stretched, yawning loudly. "Good afternoon, little fox. You look delicious, healthy. Why don't you come sit with me?" Pharaoh smiled, but his mind sharpened like a blade. "Sit with you? I would love to, but I'm actually on my way to somewhere very important." Lorga's ears twitched. Important? More important than speaking to the king of the forest? Pharaoh stepped back slowly. "Far more important, I'm afraid. You see, I'm helping the king." Lorga blinked. "I am the king." "Not anymore," Pharaoh whispered dramatically. "Did you not hear? A new lion has arrived." Lorga froze. "A new lion?" Pharaoh nodded. "Bigger, stronger, and far more powerful than you." Lorga felt his pride twist like a thorn. "Impossible. No lion is stronger than me." "That's what I thought too," Pharaoh said with a sigh. "But this new lion, he just challenged you. He said he will take your territory and your crown. In fact, he is waiting for you by the big mirror." Lorga's eyes widened. "The big mirror?" "Yes," Pharaoh said. "The deep pool at the center of the forest. He is there right now, admiring himself and bragging. I tried to warn him you wouldn't tolerate such disrespect, but he only laughed." The lion growled. "He laughed?" "Oh yes," Pharaoh continued. "And he said something even worse." "What?" Lorga barked. Pharaoh leaned closer. "He said you are too old and too slow to fight him." The lion roared so loudly the birds fled the trees. "Where is he? Take me to him now," Lorga demanded. Pharaoh hid a sly smile. "Follow me, mighty one." The fox led him through trees, across rocky slopes, and down a path covered in fallen leaves. Lorga stomped angrily behind him, shaking the ground with each step. At last, they reached the deep pool known as the Big Mirror. Its still water reflected the sky like polished glass. Pharaoh pointed to the center. "There," he whispered. "Look. Your challenger." Lorga peered into the water, and saw a large lion staring back. The reflection looked fierce, proud, and unyielding. The hungry lion snarled. "So it's true. He dares to imitate me?" "He said you were too weak to face him," Pharaoh added. That was all Lorga needed to hear. Without thinking, he leaped at the reflection. The moment he hit the water, splash, the world turned upside down. Cold water swallowed him, and he thrashed about wildly. His roar turned to a bubbling cough as he struggled to climb out of the slippery pool. Pharaoh stood at the edge, pretending to be shocked. "Oh no. He pulled you in. What a strong lion indeed." Lorga dragged himself onto land, dripping and panting. His mane clung to his neck like old seaweed. "Where did he go?" Lorga growled. Pharaoh tilted his head. "Perhaps he ran away when he saw your strength. Or perhaps, he drowned." Lorga blinked. "Drowned?" "Yes," Pharaoh said. Not everyone can survive the big mirror. Only the bravest and cleverest can. The lion shook himself miserably. His pride was wounded, his stomach was empty, and his body was soaked. I will not waste my strength hunting reflections, he muttered. Today has been a disaster. Pharaoh bowed deeply. I'm truly sorry, mighty Lorga. Had I known he would flee so quickly, I would never have disturbed you. The lion sighed. Fox, you seem loyal enough. But I must warn you, if I ever catch that fake lion, I will tear him apart. I believe you, Pharaoh said, trying not to grin. And until then, perhaps you should find something easier to hunt than kings. Lorga groaned and lumbered away, dripping water with every step. When he was far enough, Pharaoh collapsed into laughter. Kings, he whispered. He couldn't even defeat his own reflection. But just as Pharaoh turned to leave, he heard a rustle behind him. He spun around quickly. Standing there was an elderly tortoise named Toma, shaking her head slowly. Pharaoh, she said, that was clever, but also dangerous. Lions do not like being tricked. Pharaoh sat beside her. True. But lions like eating foxes even less. And besides, I only lied to protect myself. Toma smiled gently. Cleverness can save your life, young one, but remember this, if you use your wits only for survival, you live in fear. Use them also to make the forest better. Pharaoh looked toward the direction Lorga had gone. Maybe one day, he said. For now, I'm happy just staying alive. Toma chuckled. That is enough for today. The two animals walked together until their paths separated. Pharaoh returned to his den, safe and proud of outsmarting the forest's fiercest predator. And though he knew Lorga would likely forget about the new lion soon enough, he also knew the lion would think twice before hunting a fox again. Because in Sundown Forest, strength ruled the land. But cleverness ruled the king.
Please like and subscribe for more videos. Also comment where you're watching from.